designing is an art form. And as an art form, we can be inspired to create stories about people. And that inspiration can come from the world around us. Many times I'm sitting at a sporting event or the movie theater, outdoor cafe, or just sitting in the park, people watching. I'm looking at all the unique ways that people present themselves. Many times it's a color palette, or it's a sneaker brand, or it's, even some ways that, I inspire me to dress myself. So I think that what inspires a costume designer is a plethora of things within their world or their imagined world. And how do we find inspiration? Sometimes it's through research. You can't sit in a park and all of a sudden transform yourself into another time. You have to go to the photographers of the era if those photographers are available. But that's one of the magical inspirations that photographs can bring. That when you assemble the photos of an era, be it the 20s, the 30s, the 50s, the 60s, you can actually piece together a tableau. Now, you may not get your color palette out of these images because many times the images are black and white, but you will be inspired by the textures and the tones, the contrasts, the stories that the people tell within their own looks. When you think of people in the South, you know that it's hot and sometimes they wear light fabrics, light tones. A lot is said about a character who maybe has different layers. You can actually understand their socioeconomic status, and it's very important to look at the details within the photographs, and the details also inspire your journey as an artist, as a costume designer. Sometimes it's how a belt is worn, maybe the buckle is over to the side, or how a hat is tipped to the side. Those little details bring you closer to finding the character and finding the art of the costume design. I'm very inspired by people's stories, whether they grew up rich or poor, whether they're a studious person or a gangster. I really love to delve into the details of a person's story. A lot is brought into that story from your script, but your script has a goal and sometimes can't explore all the details of a person's story. It really is up to the costume designer to lace a person's story within that costume. And sometimes that means, has this garment been worn over a long period of time? Did they sleep in their clothes? Did they, think about what they were wearing and really coordinate things? Were they intending to attract a certain type of person to them, so they're being provocative with their clothing? So the story of the person in a macro view and in a micro view is very important to the costume design. We want to know what motivated that person to put that costume on, or their clothing choices, but also in the bigger picture, how much money do they have to spend on clothes, or how long did this journey take for them to come to this point and be able to dress in this way? Are they poor over a long period of time and they're really wearing hand-me-downs, or are these clothes new? And I love to play around with the story of a person to get to the character with clothing. If you're enjoying the content, like and subscribe.